Welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Thursday Talks at Heal Black Joy. And in today's conversation, we are going to be talking about Heal Black Joy through exercise. Hi, I'm Lola Troy, the host and curator of Heal Black Joy, the learning platform for our community to heal our Black joy with tangible and attainable programs for the mind, body, soul, relationships, and businesses. And today, our conversation is going to be so good, you guys. I cannot wait to bring in our guest. I can't wait to get her on. So I see that she's in, and I'm going to add her, invite her in the conversation. And when she joins us, I'm going to give you her introduction, you guys. Hey, lady. Look, she already pumped, already excited.
Hey, hi.
Hey, lady, how are you?
Hello.
How are you?
Right? Is my wig on tight? Oh, goodness.
Your wig is on, girl. The wig is on. How are you?
Oh,
Share. Click, like, and share. Ooh, I'm giving you all the love energy, back.
I'm like, why am I so nervous just to talk to a friend?
Right. Don't be nervous, but I got to do this intro. I got to do your intro. So, you guys, today our guest is American soprano Shauna Howard. She's a vocal coach, music educator, nonprofit administrator, and an athlete. After years of performing, traveling, and managing her brand, Fierce Stitch, she reopened her voice studio during the quarantine to coach singers of all ages. Her struggles as a Black classical vocalist inspired her to design a vocal curriculum where she centered around Black people of color, musicians, and artists that promote a positive social emotional learning experience for students to feel seen, heard, understood, and appreciated. The pandemic inspired her to prioritize pleasure, wellness, and joy each day by finding new ways to live an active lifestyle. She's been an avid salsa dancer, as you already have seen, for over 15 years. However, in an effort to live a balanced, holistic lifestyle, she enjoys running, cycling, and is training for her first triathlon in 2022. You guys give a warm welcome. Share, click, like, and share. This is our speaker on tonight, Miss Shauna L. Howard, also known as Cycle Bay. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Who is that woman? She sounds
Who is
cool.
she?
Who is she? She sounds like somebody I want to hang out with.
I mean, right? Cycle Bay. Okay. So Heal Black Joy is about total healing of Black people. That's what that download came to me completely out of just sheer frustration. I didn't see anything in our space that spoke to not only healing our joy, but healing our total joy. Because I believe, and this is just my personal belief, the only way that you can manifest anything in life and it be sustainable is that you got to heal from the inside out. And that's what Heal Black Joy was based off of. That's the whole premise of what Heal Black Joy is about. And I wanted this particular live to be fun and reflective of that joy that you feel when you truly heal. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation with you, because we've talked about this and you talked about how you healed your Black joy. And I wanted to bring your experience, your journey into the Heal Black Joy tribe so that they can hear not only your story, your journey, and what it looks like to go from not being healed to actually just dancing on camera and being totally excited about life, right? And she's happy. As you can see, their energy is oozing from this live already. So if you have not liked and shared, You want to share this with your good girlfriends and your good homeboys, because this is going to be a conversation that you're going to want to be a part of. And not only you want your tribe to be a part of it, but you want to be a part of it and you want your tribe to be a part of it. So click like and share right now. Go do it right now. 5 good friends.
Right
now. And then when you do it, click done. I want to say hello and shout out to the Holistic Motivator. He was our speaker on last week, and he kicked it off talking about total holistic lifestyle, and that being in alignment with your physical, your mental, your emotional health, your spiritual health. You are just that. You're the epitome of that. So I had you in mind, not even knowing you when I created Heal Black Joy. I didn't even know you at the time. And somehow through this universe, God saw fit that we came together, and I'm so excited about it. And I'm just grateful to the Creator that we have crossed paths.
Yes, I feel the same way. I do. I remember seeing, I don't even know how I came across this page, but I saw it. I was like, oh, Black Joy? Oh, yes. That's me.
That's you.
That's me. Pick me. Okay. Pick me. Because I got so much to be joyful for. And I feel nervous talking about it, but I'm here. Please pick me. I feel really honored to have the opportunity to talk with you and to our mutual tribes about whatever it is that you want to talk about. It's whatever you got. I'm here. I'm nervous. I got my armpits staining up already. So, whatever you got, it can't be any worse than my armpits right now, okay?
Listen. This is a safe space. This is a fun space. Yeah. I'm excited because I know when you told me that this is what you did, you healed your Black Joy, I was like, oh, she's got to be on the show. I got to talk to her about her journey. So with that being said, tell us about your journey to healing your Black Joy. Like, start from the beginning. What prompted you to, one, decide that you needed joy, and two, how did you go about healing your Black Joy?
Great question. So I've always been a happy girl. Like, I remember as a little girl being happy. But I also grew up in North Carolina in the 70s and 80s, a Black girl in Southern Baptist Church, where no matter what I dreamt of being, I knew that there was a ceiling. So I can't do too much. I can't be, and I can be the best woman that I ever wanted to be as long as that woman fit into this particular box, right? And so of course I didn't know this when I was a teenager, when I was very young, a teenager, but it wasn't really until I started, until last year, really, that it became kind of full circle for me, how so much of a little Black girl's joy is put into a small space. So I don't know what article it was, not too long. Actually, it was a few years ago. I read some article, and I'm still looking for it. Tribe, if you find this article, please share it with me. I read this article that talked about what it was like for little girls. Do they remember the last time that they were just able to just be free as little girls? And I think the article said that somewhere around the age of 11, 12, 13 is when you realize that, that womanhood exists. And what that label meant, now that you are a woman at 11, 12, 13.
Right.
And this new identity that you now have to accept. And for me, I remember, if that was the age, then it must have been a lot sooner for me.
Sooner, right?
It was much sooner because I'm Black.
Woo!
It's not just that I'm a girl, but I'm a Black girl.
You're a Black girl.
And so that box of possibilities is even smaller. So I grew up in the South. Shout out to North Carolina. I still make my grits with salt,
right.
Salt butter. Okay.
Yes.
But like, I just remember all of the times that I had so much joy, so much, I just want to sing and dance and play outside and do whatever. And I could not do that because I was a girl, or because I was Black, or because I was a Black girl, or because I was this tall, or whatever. There was always a reason out there for me not to be able to fill in the blank. And I knew from a very young age, I can't wait to become an adult. Oh, I can't wait to get older. I'm going to do whatever I want to when I get older. I'm going to forget all this. I'm tired of y'all telling me what I can't do. I had that mentality. But of course, as you get older, society, life happens. Your body starts to develop in different ways. You start to realize how you're supposed to behave as a woman, what it means to be a lady, all of this stuff put on. So for me, in my 20s, I was hell-bent on finding a husband because that's what a good Southern girl does. And I kissed a whole lot of abusive frogs in my 20s. I kissed so many of them that, again, made this square, made this box, make it even smaller, even smaller, even smaller. So I go off to college.
Yeah.
To college, and I'm like, you know what? My parents are gonna help me to study music. I sing everything. I don't care what language it's in. I don't care what it is. I love to sing.
Right.
And I have all of it. I just want to stand up and sing for the world. Like I wanted to do that. And then I got older and realized that my parents were not going to pay for that degree. And I'm like, well, but you know I sing. Okay, the box goes even smaller.
Right.
Even smaller. Everything I wanted to do, every single thing I wanted to do, I just couldn't do it because of this. Some things I could control, some things I couldn't control. But that burning fire for always being happy and being joyous was always there, but it kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then the pandemic hit. And I couldn't go outside and play. I couldn't go sing. I couldn't go and dance. I love salsa dancing. Been a salsa dancer for 15 years. Shout out to my friend Michelle back in Pittsburgh who introduced me to it. I would go out dancing 3-4 nights a week. Spend my last dollar to go and dance because that dance floor was my therapy.
Freedom.
That dance floor was the freedom. It was where I was able to go and just be.
Yeah.
Somebody else tell me what to do, and all I got to do is just show up and look good. That's all I got to do. All I got to do is follow. Right. Great, finally, because I run a business. I run Fierce Stitch. I run this in my life. I do this in my life. I don't want to be in charge of anything else. Just tell me what to do, and I'll do it. And that's what salsa dancing was for me. And I fell in love with it. Once again, with singing, I fell in love with it. I fell so in love with it. But this pandemic came, and I can't go do that.
Right.
And I felt like the kid who showed up and always turned in the assignments. I'm here. I'm doing my job. I'm doing this. How come I can't go out and play? How come I can't go and work? How come I can't go and see my friends and family? Because of a virus, I'll be good. I'll be safe. I'll be good.
Yeah.
And I realized, calm down. This is happening to everyone. But you don't need to calm down, girl. You're going to need to calm down. Go outdoors. You can go for a walk. Just put your mask on. I had to coach myself because all I knew is that I needed to stay indoors. And where I was living at the time was not the best place holistically for me to be because that's where I chose to live when I first moved here. It was a safe space. Mm-hmm. But as I realized that, again, my identity is smaller and smaller and smaller, I went for a walk. I found the Los Angeles chapter of Girl Trek and went on their walks, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Girl Trek. Shout out to Girl Trek. Oh my God, shout out to them.
Shout out to Girl Trek.
Oh my gosh. If you don't know anything about Girl Trek, y'all, GIRLTREK. Girl Trek.
It saved a lot of Black women, I tell you.
It saves a lot of Black women's lives. All it is just meeting up with someone and going for a walk. And prioritizing that. And so then my housemate had a bicycle. And I borrowed the bicycle to go to the grocery store, to go to drop my orders off at the post office or anything like that. Like I did stuff around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But when that was closed and I couldn't see friends, I couldn't go work. I mean, that was the hardest part. No more performing, no more singing, nobody singing in church, nothing. Can't do it. Yeah. I thought, okay, now you're taking my money away. Well, I guess I deserve it. You know, I mean, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I kind of mentally gave up, but I went and got on a bike. I borrowed that bike and I went for a bike ride. And I remember here in LA, I lived in West Adams at the time, which is close to USC. It's close to USC. And I would do a bike ride from my house to Culver City and back. And Culver City is halfway in between, about halfway in between where I lived and Santa Monica.
Okay.
So I did this loop, and it was about 20 miles on a bike that was about 300 pounds. And I didn't press myself to go a certain pace. I just went forward. And I found myself riding, oh, okay, I can make it to here, and I'm not really that tired, and I don't really have anything to do. All right, let me go a little further.
Right.
And on an average day, my average ride was about 20 miles, again, from where I lived to Culver City and back. And I noticed how happy I felt. Well, not even happy, but I noticed how I wasn't as anxious. You know that part of your body right here where it gets real tight? Real tight. You know that spine that holds us up? All those muscles that are in your back and everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They weren't as tense. And I was feeling my body for the first time. I was feeling what it felt like for my body to be relaxed for the first time in years, probably.
Can we just stop right there? Can we stop right there for a moment? Because I think it's very important for people, specifically Black women, to understand what she's saying about feeling her body relax for the first time. We don't even realize in our day-to-day routine how the level of stress that we are under until either our body gives way on us or you have that epiphany where you're like, you recognize it from doing something like doing some exercise. But a lot of us don't recognize it until our body gives way to it. And our body says, you know what, no more. Right. Because we've normalized the stress and we are working at such a level of stress that we don't even realize that that's where we are.
It's normal.
It's normal. It's our normal thing.
You know, let me just go get my Advil and I'll be just fine. You know, or let me go get my Tylenol and I'll be just fine. Or if you're from where I'm from, get yourself a BC and a Coke and you'll be just fine. You know, like, yeah, I took you back. Yeah, I did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because I've done that. Many a day.
I did not know what that felt like. And here's a tip. Not a tip, but here's the last time I felt that relaxed feeling. The last time that I felt that relaxed feeling was when I was on tour in Europe. I was hired to sing in a gospel choir in Europe for 2 months. I ended up staying 3 months to visit some family that was there. But I remember being in Europe and not feeling tense about too much of anything. Because in Europe, in the countries that I was in, nobody cared that you're Black. They see people of all different nationalities all the time. They cared about the fact that I was American. That was the year that Trump was elected. So they were very interested in wanting to know, like, oh, well, what is it like to be an American? But here I am waking up every day and leaving my house in America, knowing the stress of being a Black woman. That intersectionality.
Right. Exactly.
I can't let that any day. Any day. And what's beautiful, well, the irony of it is that nobody wants to ever trade places with me. Nobody wants to trade places.
Nobody wanted to trade places with you.
Nobody wants that. Oh, you love it. Oh, you love everything that Black women do, but you don't want to trade places with us. Because you love the rhythm, but you don't want the blues. Anyway, let me keep forward. Let me move forward. Let me move on. Let me move on forward.
Ooh.
So I finally felt my body relax. And I had every reason to be stressed out. I lost work. And not just like, oh, I can't go into work. It's like, no, there's no more gigs. There's no more performing. Your steady job at the church, you can't do that anymore. You can't audition right now. You can't, whatever it is that you want to do work-wise or what you have been doing for the past 15 years, it's not available right now.
It's not available.
It's not available. So then, just like everybody else in the world who ever experienced this, when we went into quarantine, you panic. And for a few weeks, you had to sit still and be okay. How are the bills going to get paid? How are things? Because how is this? Like all these questions start popping up. And I had this moment where I was like, I have been broke before. Thankfully, I've been broke before.
Right. You knew what that was.
I knew what it was. I knew what it was. Shauna, this ain't just you being broke. This is the whole world is questioning. The whole world is questioning. So don't take it personal. Right. My body didn't respond that way, though. My mind was like, you come on, girl, you good. My body was tense. My body, oh my God, I just could not. It was so bad where I just couldn't talk to people. Or if I did, I had to still show up as happy Black Shauna, happy Shauna, the way that I normally present with other people, with the majority of people in my life. But I was traumatized.
Yeah.
I was traumatized because now I'm really confused as to how I'm going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm really I got a roof over my head, and maybe I could borrow some food, but I am scared.
Right.
I went for a bike ride, and that bike ride calmed me down. And then I started talking with other artists. Thank God for social media. Thank God for the housemates that I had at the time. But I started talking to other people, other artists. Like, what are you doing? Are you okay? What's going on? Because we can't work right now. And then, but every day I'm going out for a bike ride. About, average between 15 and 20 miles a day. And as I continued to go from my bike rides, the anxiety just kind of lessened. Now, mind you, I don't even think I really knew that it was anxiety. I don't really think I knew that it was.
Right.
But I just knew that I felt better.
Mm-hmm.
And so I looked up how the symptoms that I had when I was feeling, and then reading about what's going on, and then I understood depression and anxiety. Okay, well, we have reasons to be.
Right.
Then I started backtracking like, oh, I think I've been depressed for a long time. Oh my God, I think.
Did you ever ask yourself, when was the last time I actually had a hearty laugh? When was the last time I remember having joy?
Here's the thing. When was the last time I had honest joy? When was the last time I had a hearty, honest, big laugh? When was the last time that I laughed so hard that tears came down my eyes?
Right.
I was like, I'm from the South. I got a big old laugh. So I laugh, okay? And I laugh a lot of things. Like, I laugh just to remind myself that shit is funny sometimes.
Right.
But I also remember times where I laughed out of pain. Or because it wasn't funny, but I wanted to make my friend feel good about the funny thing that he or she said.
Yes.
Where was the honesty in it? And it was wrapped around this depression, anxiety, wanting to fit in, wanting to be a part of, wanting to be seen a certain way, like all of that. It was wrapped up in all of that. And let me tell you, one of the things, and I thought that I was doing all right. I thought I had it down pat until I started joining bike clubs. When I started looking for other people to ride with, and as I was finding other people to ride with, I noticed that it was harder for me to keep up with the people who were faster and stronger than me. I was like, oh, girl, you ain't strong.
you play.
Yo,
yeah.
You've been playing.
Right.
You've had a big body for all of your life. And so the world has seen you as strong. The world sees you as strong, and you just agreed with them.
Can we stop there for a second? Because there's this word keeps coming back in conversation, and that's the word strong when it comes specifically with Black women.
Yes.
A lot of times, and it goes back to what your initial point was, when we were children, we didn't have the opportunity to have joy as long as our counterparts, because we were the Black girls, right? The word strong is often associated with Black women. But what I'm quickly learning and having these conversations that have been looping the last few weeks, whether it's been social media, whether it's been with my sister girlfriend group, is us not wanting to identify and be labeled as strong anymore. Because when you're labeled as strong, people don't come to the aid of it.
They sure don't. They sure don't.
Right?
They sure don't.
But we say that all the time. Oh, she's so strong. Oh, she's so strong. It's a no, I'm resilient. I don't, because I want to be, we have this thing now where we're dealing with women that are struggling with, and I struggle with this all the time, and I'm just coming to the realization of it, is walking in my masculinity and leading with my masculinity and not leading with my femininity. And when you're dealing in relationships, that is a big tug of war when you're dealing with people who want to see you vulnerable, who want to see you soft, who want you to lead with lead with your femininity, but you can't because you've been labeled strong your entire life.
Yes.
Right? So I just wanted to point that out because you used that word and it was just like, it's coming back again. Here it comes full circle again, that we're labeling Black women as strong. But when you're labeling us as strong, what happens is in society, people don't come to the aid of those that are strong. If you're the strong friend, nobody is checking for you. Nobody is calling you and asking you, hey, unless you have good friends that are in tune, with who you are. But most times they want you to give them a word. They want you to fix it. They want you to tell them something encouraging. They want you to be inspiring. But what happened in the pandemic was, during that historical moment when everything shut down and everybody had to slow down and everybody had to pay attention, what happened is now we're having to see a sense of humanity. And now we're having to recognize things that we didn't recognize before. And now we're having to sit still. And in our stillness, we are realizing that people have these things that they have these personalities that we didn't see before because we weren't really paying attention and we weren't fully present.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a lot. I've gotten to the point. I saw a comment earlier that said, someone said their April Mason, a friend of theirs named April Mason, who said that when she sees when men are around, her wrist goes limp. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so true because getting back to the point that that we were discussing earlier, I just did not, I allowed myself to just be that without actually figuring out what that means. So yeah, I'm strong in that, like, I know how to handle things in my life, but like, there's some things I just don't know. There's some things that I don't know, but I've always been viewed as the strong one. Since probably I was 6 years old, I was strong. And if I wasn't viewed as strong, then who was going to come to my rescue? Who? And just sit and listen to what I'm experiencing, like, without any judgment, without any, like, well, girl, you should have known, and you should have, like, who was here to listen to the little black girl? Who?
Nobody.
So at a very, very early age. It's funny because, like, I'm feeling some indigestion right now as I'm even talking about this. So I must be speaking a truth to my body right now.
Of course.
But it's been such a wonderful journey to get back to the genuine joy. Just the genuine joy, the things that genuinely make me happy, the things that genuinely, without any falsities or any fakeness or any, not even falsities or fakeness, because I don't think that I've ever intentionally been that way with anyone, but I think that I have always tried to just figure out how to get along with people and uplift them and make them feel good about themselves. And y'all are calling me strong. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna be what I am to you. Like, whatever this strength is.
Yeah.
Here's some of it. You got it. You holding it okay? No, you hold it this way. You hold it that, like.
Right.
No, I don't know. But so when I became a cyclist and prioritized, and to this day, I still don't exactly feel like a cyclist, but I ride my bike most every day. But I noticed that the frustration that I had about so many things that was going on in my life, all the way back to my childhood, I was taking it out on my bike. Oh, okay, we're gonna go 20 miles a day. All right, cool. I feel good. You want to go another 20? All right, yeah, I'm here. What time are we meeting up tomorrow? Okay, cool. And I had the ability to just go outdoors and ride my bike. I live in Los Angeles, so it's beautiful and sunny every day here, except for today it's actually raining. But it's I just had the freedom to be able to do that. And there is a part of me, and I've always said this ever since I started cycling, where I feel guilty about that. I feel guilty that I had the freedom to be able to go and ride my bike. But then I think to myself, damn, girl, you can't even feel happy about being happy. When you finally gonna be happy? When are you just gonna let it go? When are you gonna just stop and just enjoy?
Because we were never taught to.
We were never taught that it's okay to just be happy. It's okay to just smile for no reason in this world, or laugh for no reason in this world. It's never been okay, but it's always been just fine. And so for me, unapologetically, I'm just like, all right, well, whatever I got to do in order to keep things mentally high, because I got every reason to let it all go. I got every reason to do it, so I'm not going to. So I ride my bike every day.
Well, even with that, even when you come to an awareness that it's okay to have joy, and that's your birthright, that you can actually have joy and have rest, and those things, we're supposed to have those things. We are constantly reminded of the opposite of that. So it's hard to keep that level of energy or keep that vibration of joy when our reminders, the programming things, the TV programming, the social media programming, the things that are being thrown at us that constantly remind us of the opposite of joy. So that is why, these conversations are so important to have, in this space, because it's hard every single day where we have to do a mental check to say, hey, it's okay. Like,
okay to be happy. Go ahead and smile, girl.
It's okay to be happy.
Yep.
It's okay to smile. Yep. It's okay to unfold your arms. and feel comfortable. It's okay. And a lot of times we just don't do that because we've normalized being uptight and just rigid in our in just rigid in our being. Rigid in our being. So thank you for having this conversation with us and talking to us about your journey to becoming Cycle Bae and loving that journey. Even in the midst of a pandemic, you found something that just brought you a sense of freedom, some sense of joy, and you did that with cycling. I know that you are this accomplished and celebrated singer, and you're known as Cycle Bae now. So what has cycling done for you specifically that perhaps if you were comparing it to how music and how singing used to bring you freedom and joy? What is that comparison?
I've been a singer for all my life. Like I sang in community choirs and choruses when I was a little girl in elementary, middle, and high school. I've always known that I was a singer. I've always known. In some communities, I'm a singer, right?
Yes.
In some communities, I'm a vocalist. I understand that I've always been able to produce beautiful sounds with my voice.
Right.
And as I've gotten older, with the variety of music that I've performed, which I've performed classical and contemporary music, meaning I studied class. I'm a Black girl from the South, so of course I sang in the church, but I studied classical music. I studied, vocal performance, classical voice, and opera when I was at Temple University in Philadelphia. I enjoyed singing, but singing always made me feel beautiful. And it made me feel like I was being seen. And there were a lot of instances in my life, in my childhood, where I felt ignored, where I felt lessened. But I knew that as soon as I opened my voice and sang, that I had the attention that I wanted. And I never really abused that. I never abused it because in a lot of ways, I didn't want a lot of attention on me anyway. I remember wearing a B-cup bra, when I was 10, 11 years old. I remember having hips and having a womanly figure when I was very, very young. So I didn't want the attention anyway, but when I when I needed Sister So-and-so to slay out in church, I knew what little note to hit. I knew I knew that I had the ability to affect a community with my voice. And I was very, very grateful that I was selected to sing in choirs and sing as a soloist in lots of choirs and choruses and things like that. But singing made me feel beautiful. It gave me, even to this day, I know that I can travel the world and sing on a corner. Like I know that somebody's gonna listen to me. Okay, I might get $5 out of it. I know I'll be good there. But cycling, and I'm actually going to back it up because it's not just cycling, but it's exercising. It's being active. And so under being active for me also includes dancing. It includes running. It includes cycling. It includes just, moving your body and sweating, right? Making being active a priority makes me feel strong. I now know what it means to have a strong body because I've been strong for so long that I did not know really what that was. Like, I mean, I'll go out to eat with you. Like, that's always fun,
Right.
But up something, I mean, I'll help you move and we'll get the job done. But go to the gym and actually pick up heavy. Why do we need to do that? I never. Is someone moving at the gym? No. Okay, well, why do you pick up heavy things? Why? We're sweating, we're dancing, no one's having fun. Like we're just picking things up and putting them down. It's weird. Okay, I don't need to do it. That was always my mindset. Like, I'm already strong until I got on a bike. And to this day, even when I go run, I cuss everybody out when I run because running just makes you want to cuss Mother Nature out. Okay, it does. absolutely does. At least for me, it does. I could ride my bike right now. If it was clear outside, I could go for a 100-mile ride right now, as long as I got a couple bars on me, or as long as I get to stop it. But so building this endurance, building this, and it's almost like I was below sea level for so long, so long, because I thought, I'm just strong. Oh, I'm good. And in reality, my body just looked strong. My body looked strong, but I didn't really do anything to keep it strong. I remember in 2013, I started drinking green smoothies because I did not eat vegetables at that time. And now I love vegetables to the end. Shout out to simplegreensmoothies.com. Like, y'all changed my life. I now eat fruits and vegetables, and I love it. And so I knew that the insides of my body was finally getting better because I'm eating my vegetables. I'm eating everything I need. So when I started, and I love drinking water. I can do a gallon a day with no problems, but I was not exercising. And it's a whole other deal when you get outside and you go for a ride by yourself, or you go to the gym by yourself. But what I know that I needed was community. I know that I needed, because I've been singing all my life. I know how to sing in a choir. I know how to be a part of a team. I'm a dancer. I dance. I can dance by myself just fine, but it's also wonderful to dance with someone else.
Right.
I've always been a part of a lot of artistic and creative communities. And now, because we're in this pandemic, I can't go dance with my friends. I can't go see my people. Like, I can't go perform. What do you mean? So I needed community.
Yeah.
And so, thanks to the powers of the internet, I'm searching online and I'm looking for bike clubs to be a part of. You see them big groups of cyclists outdoors riding. Like, I wanted to be, who y'all, where y'all meet up at?
Where y'all going?
Where y'all be, who all
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I wanted to know that. And so I became diligent about finding cycling groups, bike clubs that were riding. But I had one specific caveat. I was like, I can't ride with white folks right now. I can't. So Black and brown people, the BIPOC community, absolutely. Where y'all at? I got to do it. Because I can't explain the frustration that's going on in my Black body, knowing that I have lost work, I've lost the ability to see friends on a regular basis, and they just murdered George Floyd.
Yeah.
I got a whole lot to say about that.
And
but
you can't explain it.
I can't explain it right now, because I got to go and get out of my head. I knew that it was getting to a point with me where if I don't do something right now, I'm going to be on somebody's couch. I'm going to be taking a whole bunch of medication to get this right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm one of those, and sis, I'm one of those people that if you need me to sing tomorrow, just tell me what song you need. Because I love being able to perform. I love being able to sing. I love being able to be all the things that I professionally am, specifically in the arts. I love being that person. So I needed to keep this in check. Because if not, I don't know what it was going to look like for me. So it just became a priority. It just really and truly became a priority that I now become strong in this way that actually means something to my life.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. Last week, my brother, the holistic motivator, talked about being in total alignment. And you were just speaking about not only the exercising helping you mentally.
Yeah.
What did the exercise do for you emotionally? Like, when it comes to your emotions and to your mental state of mind, what did cycling, what did running, what did dancing do for you in those moments of during the pandemic where you felt like you couldn't, but you actually decided, okay, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to go for a bike ride? How did all those things being in alignment, how did that affect you? And what is that doing for you now?
That's the question that I was very nervous about answering today.
And don't worry about being nervous about it, because I believe that there's no wrong answer with that.
Sure.
Because it's ever evolving for all of us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. What does this mean for me, being in total alignment?
Right. For me, that came up is how much I just wasn't taking care of myself.
Okay.
I realized that I just was not taking care of myself. And I kept hoping that I would meet someone that I could take care of and they'll take care of me, which meant that I didn't really have to take care of myself, because then it'll be somebody else's responsibility to take care of me if they say they love me. You know, I really thought that in my life I would come across that partner and it would be their responsibility to take care of me. But that hasn't happened. And it has been a joy to take care of me. But the challenge has been reckoning with the fact that I have to take care of me. And that is my priority in my life. And if I don't take care of me, then other people will have to take care of me, and that they might regret taking care of me when I had the opportunity to take care of myself.
That is the most powerful thing that you have said tonight.
And that is scary. That to me was absolutely scary. I live in Los Angeles by myself, and I love living in Los Angeles. And if there's anyone who's listening to this who has ever relocated to a brand new city, or something major's happened in your life where your life is completely different now, hopefully you'll understand what I'm talking about with this. For me, living in Los Angeles has been one of the most wonderful things that I have ever experienced. This is a creative city, and the arts is a huge sector of our society here. When I came here 4 years ago, I got work within the first month or 2 months that I was here, and I ended up just staying here. All because I went out and I was like, yeah, I'm an opera singer. Wait, you're an opera? What's that? So I was able to just be myself here, be artistic and creative. But I don't think that I had the space to deal with what it was like to move to a brand new city and absorb this new reality for myself. I'm not just a quick drive to my parents' house anymore. Now it's 3,000 miles away, and I'm actually getting work here. Like I'm actually getting work doing what I know that I get to do every day. Didn't have that on the East Coast, but I have that here. There's a lot of gook that's in the bottom of my spirit that I just hadn't dealt with. And cycling brought it all to the front. Again, I don't care who you are. I don't care where we at. You want me to sing something? Absolutely. You want me to dance? All right, cool. I don't care who you are. I can dance with anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere. It don't matter. But riding my bike or exercising or being active, that's humbling. It's humbling to then ride with people who you know you can keep up with, and your body starts to get tired. And there's things that you have to do in order to keep the energy up, or you just give up. And it's yes or no. You either shit or get off the pot. Like, you're either in it or you're not. We're either going to do this 50 miles or you're not doing this 50 miles, or you're going to do this climb or you're not going to do the climb. And persevering through the hard parts of exercising told me, oh, Shauna, you haven't really persevered through a whole lot of stuff. Like, you kind of gave up on this. You gave up on that. You didn't really try with this. I wonder why you didn't really try. Oh, it's because, you didn't have the money. Yeah, that might be it. Or is it because of something else? There's a whole lot of things that it could have been. And I believed everything that it was. Whatever it could have been. Yes, it's me. It's my fault. It's my fault. And again, because that mindset that I had when I was smaller was like, oh, it's me. It's my fault. Oh, okay. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. So here I am becoming smaller and smaller and smaller.
Not having that mental toughness to persevere.
Not having that mental toughness.
Yeah.
I had the resilience to get over things, but I didn't have the mental toughness to persevere through some of the things that I had gone through in my life. And cycling, being a runner, being active showed me that if you just like hang out with other people that are just like you, they will help you to get through it.
Get it. Yeah.
I always say, like, I hate it when people say that. I always say, I was just telling somebody the other day. Like, no, maybe I was talking to myself when I said this. But like, I knew that I wanted to be an athlete once I got into cycling, and actually call myself an athlete when I did a ride, and I think it was the first 50 miles that I did. And I didn't even know that was a big deal, but I knew that I was there with my friend BK, and we were going to do this ride with these two other guys, and we actually did it, and we did it like on different bikes, and it was 50. Okay, great, it was 50 miles.
Right.
But I knew that in order for me to stay with them, I had to keep up. And I had to tell myself, girl, you all right? You're just a little tired. Look, in about 20 minutes, it's about to be over. We getting tacos, girl. We getting tacos later. Come on, you got to do this. We're going to eat big when this is
right,
over.
right.
So, like, and doing whatever I needed to do in order to stay in the game, that became important. If it meant that I had to cuss Mother Nature out, well, she done heard worse, okay? She done heard worse. If I had to just grin and bear it, or if I had to pep myself up, all right, girl, you got this. This is nothing compared to what you've been through before. Yeah, you tired. You've been tired before. They got tacos later, girl. Come on, like it's whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I had to get through it, and then when I got through it, in about 10 minutes after resting, I go, y'all want to do it again? I just need to eat. You want to do it again? The body is so resilient. The mind will tell you. But the mind will talk you out of so many things. And your body is just going, all right, come on. We can still go. We can keep going. And I didn't know that. Because for such a long period of time, I was allowed to give up. I was allowed to give in. I was allowed to complain. No, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to play the piano. This hand is doing something different from this hand. I just want to. All right, fine. You don't have to do it. Who's going to say, no, you can sing, girl. You're a musician. So you're going to need to learn how to play the piano. No one said that. No one said that I needed to finish things or I needed to complete. No one said that. Because again, who was checking for me?
Ooh, that's so good, Shauna.
Who was looking for me? Who was it? And if they were, I didn't know. I didn't know. So when I've had friends who actually who actually told me that they loved me, that they cared about me, I'm like, you're my friend for life. I love you forever and ever and ever. I had to, because I didn't know what that was like when I was little. All I knew was that if I sing, they'll pay attention to me. I couldn't dance when I was little because, dancing is what them women do. That's what them women do. But
right.
Dancing is therapeutic. Being artistic is therapeutic. Being creative is therapeutic. That's the reason why we have the arts. It's the reason why we have it, because when we learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, we got to express it somehow. We got to let people know that we know it. So maybe we talk about it and we speak clearly about it. Or maybe we create a little song that goes along with it. Learning the alphabet would be boring if there wasn't a song attached to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of songs that we love and that we can play, and we go right back to 1970, whatever, and we just fall in love with it because of the memories that are associated with it, because of the music. Not so much but because of the music. Life is art. But for a lot of people want to ignore what art does for humanity, what art does for everyone. It allows us to enjoy life. So I'm grateful that I've been an artist for the majority of my life, but there was parts of being an artist where I didn't feel pushed. I didn't feel like I needed to press forward. I was allowed to give up. And maybe some of the reason why I was allowed to give up was because I was a little Black girl. Maybe that is what it was. But whatever it was, I knew that there were, as I've become more and more of an athlete, I've realized that I could have been an athlete a long time ago if somebody didn't allow me to give up. I could, like, all the things that I wanted to be, or all the things that I was just kind of good at, if someone was there to say, hey, you're really good at this, you should try blah, 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 blah. That was just it. So for me, that was my story. And now I am just unapologetic about it. I'm unapologetic about the happiness that I want to experience when I'm exercising. When my running community, when I see them, I'm like, look, I am mad to be here because I know what I'm getting ready to experience. But afterwards, I'm going to smile and be happy. I want to know everybody's name. But right now, let's go ahead and do this goddamn 5K. I hate it.
Right.
It's like, I could ride all day, every day. Because it's just easier on the joints. You just take a break when you're tired. Like, you're good. Cycling is such an endurance building sport. Everybody in this world needs to have a bike.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to have a bike and a helmet and a comfortable seat, because it's such a low impact sport. It's such a low impact. You just go around the block. You feel great. You go do it again. Maybe go to the next block. You go, like, it just builds on top. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's just such it lets you know that your body was intended to move.
Yeah.
Lets you know. So whoever created bikes, thank you. Shout out to you.
Shout out to whoever created bikes.
Yeah.
I know we're getting to almost our hours. Instagram won't allow us to be great, but I want to ask you this one last question, and if you could sum it up, in the most eloquent way that you have already done thus far. I got so many quotables tonight, but when you think about healing Black joy, and specifically healing your Black joy, what does that mean for you?
It means prioritizing. I'm 42, and I'm in the best shape of my life, but mentally and emotionally, I also know that I've got some healing to do.
Yeah.
I have some healing to do. And I look forward for the rest of my life to healing my joy with, as my friend Tiffany says, my friend Tiffany, God bless this woman, with ease, flow, luxury. And I like ease, flow, luxury, and orgasms. But as I've thought about it, more so ease, flow, luxury, and prioritizing pleasure.
Ease, flow, luxury, and prioritizing pleasure.
Actually, it's more like prioritizing ease, flow, luxury, and pleasure.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Right. Every human body deserves to be pleased. We deserve to be happy because we exist. It's an emotion that the universe gave us.
Right.
You use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. If you have the joy inside of you, use it.
Right.
Use it. Right. And use it unapologetically, because you'll be surprised as to who you'll come in contact with because of the joy that you spread. But also demand and expect to be pleased as well. Give joy, but put yourself in spaces that also bring you joy.
Ooh, that's good. That's
You know,
good.
and like
That's
it's
good.
totally okay. We made it through a pandemic, y'all. We still making it. So let's prioritize joy. Let's
Priority.
prioritize. I'm always thinking that scene where Dorothy from The Wiz, like they killed the Wicked Witch of the West, and she went down in the toilet, and they started singing, "Can't you
Feel
feel
a
a
brand
brand
new
new
day.
day?"
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Like that, I think about that scene all the time because I want to live life that way. I
yeah.
want to live life knowing that I'm grateful that I got this body. I'm grateful that I have this mind. I'm grateful that I have what I have. And how can I use that to make the world a better place? I just want to know how to do that because I can't do it being sad anymore. I can't do
Right.
it being sad.
And
So,
that vibration, that frequency of love and above, that vibration of joy is
mm-hmm.
so engaging and so attracting and
Yeah.
so warm, and it attracts other things and other people like that. So I'm so happy. I'm grateful and appreciative of not only coming into your space, my sister, but what it tells me, it confirms for me that I must be resonating at a certain vibration because I attracted you to Heal Black Joy. And I'm so grateful to have had this conversation with you. We have to do this again
Yes.
because an hour is not enough to talk about the things that we need to discuss.
I want to
Right?
also say that I want to also say this, like I put myself in as a cyclist. I intentionally put myself in communities that were Black and brown to ride with, and so in my mind, cycling is a BIPOC sport, right? Because I don't know too many white folks, too many Caucasians that ride. But now that I ride the way that I do, I now ride with more mixed race communities, and I never knew for me to take the time away from white folks as I did to prioritize being around people that were culturally like me.
Mm-hmm.
I now know that like there's nothing that kind of brings me more joy than to chase old white men on a bike because they have had the endurance, they've had the 5,000 years ahead of time to have that endurance. It's nothing in other parts I mean, even in Los Angeles, but cycling is a predominantly white male sport.
Right.
And so my friends laugh with me because when they see a group of white men on a bike, they're like, "Oh, Shauna's getting ready to go chase them." Yep. Because they've had the head start. And so I know I'm going to get a good workout chasing them. So
Right.
it's a laughable thing that my cycling friends know that when I see them, I'm like, look, let's get going because they got the endurance.
Right.
I'm getting a great workout just chasing them. And
Right.
so that's kind of something that keeps me motivated as I ride. It's also good to just chase good looking people in general because cyclists are really good looking too. And so I
Yeah.
enjoy
It
looking.
works. It works. It has dual
Yeah.
purpose. I understand.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. So
Yes.
I'm happy to be a part and do whatever I can for society to keep things as they is. Yeah. So
I don't want us to get cut off. I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful to have had this conversation with you. You
me
guys,
too.
Heal Black Joy, I need you to go follow Shauna Howard and also go follow Fierce Stitch, which is her business. She's got on one of her scarves right now. Look at her. So you got to go get some of those gifts, those Christmas gifts that you got to buy. Please go hit her up on both of her social spaces. Thank you, my sister. This has been such a wonderful, enlightening, fun
Thank
conversation
you.
to have had
I
with you.
thank you so much for inviting me. This is gonna keep a smile on my face for the next 3 months at least.
Absolutely.
I'm so
Absolutely.
honored.
And then we got to get off and talk about it. So
Yes. Yeah.
I appreciate you. I also appreciate our Heal Black Joy tribe. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. always, for any updates that we're doing, please, you guys, go to and click on my bio so that you can keep up with the information that's going out. All the content, Heal Black Joy. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. My website is getting ready to be launched at the top of January. So I really want you guys to tune in. Thank you. I'm so excited about it. Be bringing a lot more content such as this on other spaces, but just happy that you guys have tuned in. All right. Thank you guys and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Mwah, 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 mwah,
Mwah, mwah, mwah.